Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm finally back. I took a bit of a break. I've been busy with work and a whole bunch of different stuff. But I guess most importantly, what I've been busy with is this program that I kind of mentioned a bit in the past, but I never really went into too much detail. But it's very, very close to being finished. And this program is called the Basics of Investing program. It's basically where I took the past 5, 6 years of my experience with the stock market and stock analysis and investing, and I kind of put it in this 40 or so page PDF, and then there's instructional videos as well, teaching you guys everything you need to know about investing that's relevant, right? I mean, there's so many different just BS courses out there that focus on things like technical analysis, which is this. It's more like analyzing graphs and trying to predict where the price is going to go based on like previous graphs, which I don't really believe it's a thing. But this one focuses on actual proven methods. So, I looked at huge investors like Warren Buffett and Peter Lynch across the years, and I kind of studied their methods and how they pick these stocks. I mean, like Peter Lynch, for example, his funds made 29 times the money that he initially invested in them. So that's a huge amount. So that's not doubling your money. That's making 29 times, right? Of course, it was a long, like a 15-year period, but that's still really, really crazy. So there's obviously a method to what they're doing, right? And so over the years, I kind of looked at these guys and I read all their books, and I tried things out on my own. And well, it's really loud. Everybody's starting to go out. Everybody's driving around me. But yeah, in this program, that's basically what I teach people. So I also look at things like relevant economic factors and just things they need to know about the economy. For example, if you live in Canada right now, Bank of Canada has been raising the interest rates. So that's a really important thing for investments, because it can affect the type of investment that you should go into. It can affect the stock market. And I explain this stuff in the program, right? Because not a lot of these let's say stock market gurus out there that you'd find on those like scam sort of like sites, and like forex trading, and what else do they have, binary options and all that really, really shady stuff. They don't go into this because they don't know about it. They don't really care about it. They're just really there to, I'm pretty sure they like steal your account information somehow. I don't know. But yeah, don't go into that stuff. But this is different, right? So I go into a lot of details about that stuff. I'm actually just on my way to get a coffee right now, but I'm walking around while I'm talking. So this program is going to be really, really cool. It's going to be released probably at the end of the week. So we're September 5th right now. What is it? It's a Tuesday. So I'm hoping probably by Friday. I'm just doing a couple of, minor adjustments and stuff like that, just to make sure that everybody kind of understands everything I'm saying and it looks nice and professional and all that stuff. But I've worked a lot on it. I've put basically a year of work into it, just like gathering all my thoughts and actually putting it together and trying things out again, on top of like work and all the other stuff that I've been doing. So I'm super excited about it. I hope you guys are going to like it too. I've actually posted the program itself, the picture, on the Facebook group. So if you don't follow me, you can go ahead and just search WealthSmart on Facebook, and you're going to be able to find it. You can also go on the YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel is, again, it's just WealthSmart. And I've recently released my website. So the website itself, I'm going to put a link somewhere around here, maybe in the description. It's wealthsmart.online. So if you go there, again, it's going to give you a brief overview of, like what I'm about, and what the programs that I'm going to be coming out with are about. There's already the description for the basics of investing, so you can check that one out. There's also going to be more information once they post the actual video itself of the program. So yeah, check that out. I'm back. I'm going to be putting a lot more videos out. Of course, I'm probably going to end up breaking my promise because I'm going on a bit of a long trip in the next couple of weeks. So for about 3 weeks, I'm going to be in Europe. So hopefully I can film some stuff and post them. But if not, I apologize again. But I'll definitely do my best to do it. So yeah, check out the program when it comes out, and stay tuned for more videos. See you guys later. Alright, so I just got my coffee, and I guess I'm making up for videos now, but I thought of a really cool topic to talk about, especially because it's super relevant to what's been going on nowadays. But yeah, North Korea, right? What's going on with these guys? So I'm not sure if you guys follow the news. I do it. Mostly because, you know, like everybody, I'm worried about nuclear war, but also because stock markets tend to react to news like that. So I don't know if anybody's like noticed, but this Kim Jong, what is it, Kim Jong Un? Is that his name? Yeah, I think it's Kim Jong Un. This guy's been he's been really aggressive the past couple weeks or so, actually a couple months. Launching like test missiles and testing out like new hydrogen bombs just a couple of days ago. I think it was on the border of China. So like now even the Chinese, who are generally pretty supportive of the shenanigans there, now they're getting a little bit antsy as well. I think I'm just going to go this way. And so this really kind of affects the stock markets. If you guys, out of curiosity, if you want to take a look at, I guess the markets today, so it's September 5th. Actually, I wouldn't say today necessarily, but the past week, roughly, you're going to see a lot of dips and stuff because this guy's been making threats and investors get really spooked out when stuff like this happens. And another thing that I kind of wanted to mention, I talk about it a lot more in the Basics of Investing program, is the effects of this stuff on the price of gold. So out of curiosity, if you guys want to check out the price of gold over the past, let's say, month or so, you're going to see that it's gone up significantly because it's usually considered what's known as a safe haven asset. So investors and just big money managers tend to kind of flock towards this, these assets. So it's usually gold. It's the Swiss franc. What's another one? I think it's usually the Japanese yen as well. And they tend to flock towards these safe assets, as they call them, in times of trouble, right? And so these have been going up lately as well. Well, the stock market's been kind of going up and down, so like not in any particular direction, right? And it's been pretty frustrating, especially if you're one of those day traders who don't really know, like they don't really care what's going to happen 4 months from now. And sorry, I just have to signal for this guy to go. But yeah, it's been really interesting times. So I mean, I hope nothing happens. I think everybody hopes that nothing happens, but with this guy, you really don't know, right? And in terms of the effects on the market, it's not just, the short-term stuff, because, he threatens to launch a missile or anything like that, which is mostly just people getting spooked. But in terms of the longer-term effects, this can actually hurt the markets quite a lot. And I guess the reason for that is, in order to stop this guy without any military action or anything like that, which is generally considered to be like the last option that anybody wants to sort of undertake, it would have to be economic sanctions, right? So, I mean, hurting North Korea isn't that hard, economically speaking. I mean, they have a pretty primitive economy and just their whole everything is pretty primitive, with the exception of their nuclear weapons, apparently. But it'd really be very easy to kind of just make their economy tank, and the only way to do that very quickly would be for the Chinese to just shut off the oil supply to them, because they're basically the only ones. I think the Russians as well. They kind of supply them with some resources as well, but it's mostly the Chinese who supply them with oil, and that's what they use for their energy. Because they don't have solar energy or nuclear or anything like that. It's fossil fuels. So a really quick way to cripple their economy and to kind of stop them in their tracks would be to just stop this oil pipeline from feeding them. But the problem with that is that the Chinese would be losing profits in that case. And so the United Nations is kind of pressuring China and Russia to just, do something about it. But they don't want to because, they'd be losing out on money. And unfortunately, a lot of this stuff is about money. Starts off with some crazy guy with a nuke, but then of course somebody has to make a profit off of it, right? So now that the US is pressuring China, for example, to cut off the oil supply, they're saying, well, if you don't do it, we're gonna stop trade relations with not just China, but just any country that is in any way like aiding the North Korean regime. And see, that's the part that kind of has a lot of influence on the market, because once you start severing trade ties with these big nations, the economy gets hurt, right? And jobs are lost, and the price of everything tends to go up, since now you can't really trade it from abroad anymore. You have to produce it. Maybe you don't have the not necessarily the technology, but the capacity to do all that stuff, right? So consumers suffer, right? So it's a really important thing, what's going on, not just from a military and just world peace perspective, but economically as well. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna see what happens. Kind of curious to know what you guys think about it. You know, like for my channel, I kind of want to just have a discussion. Sometimes I don't want to just talk about the markets and stuff like that. I mean, that's interesting and all, but I kind of want to hear everybody's opinion as well. So if you guys want to comment or you know, message me on Facebook or send me an email or something and just get me to talk more about stuff, or hell, even argue with me if you want. That's cool. I want to debate. It'd be really, really interesting. So yeah, if you guys have any thoughts about this, if you don't agree with anything I said or anything like that, I'm kind of curious to know. But yeah, that was basically it.